Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is... Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is...
Thank you. And what shall I call you?
You can call me...
Can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from China.
Thank you. Can I see your identification, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's fine. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student studying language school.
Tell me about the course you're taking.
I'm studying in advanced class. Yeah, I have been there for 6 months.
Why did you choose this course?
Because I want to improve my English. Actually, everyone knows English is a global language, so I want to improve my English for my education.
Will you have to do any more courses before you start work?
I have been a primary school, secondary school, and high school, university. Sorry.
Let's talk about happiness. What makes you feel happy?
I think do some things make me happy is, for example, I'm a big fan of Mr. Bean, so I really like to see a British series. So I think it makes me happy.
Do you think money is necessary for happiness?
I think it depends on if you're working in a company and the salaries is not high. Yeah, but you're really keen on to working because you can do whatever you want and you can do something you're interested in. So, but sometimes maybe you want to buy some food. It's too high. But you couldn't buy it. I think in that time, I think money is important.
How important is happiness in life?
I think happiness is play a significant role in our lives. So I couldn't imagine the people life without happiness. So,
why not?
I think happiness is very important. For example, the people play some games, and it makes them happy. And maybe, for example, me, and I like when I was hungry or I feel sad, I want to buy some food. For example, chocolate or cakes make me happy because it has a lot of sweets.
Is unhappiness always a bad thing?
I think it's not a bad thing, but I don't like unhappiness. So if I'm unhappy, I want to do something make me happy. Yeah, so...
I'd like to talk about names now. Do you like your name, Jindy?
Yeah, I really like my name. My name is from my father, and actually, Jindy means a kind of flowers. It's like a rose, but it have a special meaning. For example, it means virtue and beauty in man.
Have you ever wanted to change your name?
Actually, I don't want to, because my father was say a dictionary and find this name.
Who generally chooses a baby's name in your country?
I think parents. Yeah, father and mother.
What traditions for naming babies are there in your culture?
In my country, parents want to name baby, and some word means lucky or happiness.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Okay.
So here's some paper and a pencil for making notes. And here's your topic. Please don't write anything on the booklet.
Okay.
I'd like you to describe a job you think would be interesting. All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time's up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. I would like to talk about the interest in the job is a lecturer in university. So it's my dream job. In my country, we have to got a PhD degree for a university to be a lecturer, because lecturer is play an important role in university, because the person who got a PhD degree, it means the person is very clever and they know a lot of professional knowledge. I think why I choose this job. I think to be a lecturer, they can studying with a student, and when you have a lesson, you want to teach them some knowledge. There should be such online and acquire some knowledge. Maybe you didn't know before, and in my country, student is really want to studying because maybe sometimes they are in the class and they will ask a teacher some difficult question about this subject, and the lecturer have to describe why the answer and give them some suggestion or advice.
Thank you. Do you think you would be good at this job?
I think, maybe. I'm studying for. I will studying in UK for master.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet, the paper, and the pencil back, please? Thank you. We've been talking about a job you think would be interesting, and I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this. Let's consider, first of all, job types. In your hometown in China, what are the main sort of jobs that people do?
I think maybe a teacher in a secondary school or primary school. It's popular. Or some student studying arts. Because I'm a science student, I just know about some subject about science.
And what about jobs that are popular with men and women? Are they the same?
I think it's different. For example, I'm studying. My subject is civil engineering, and during my university, we have 36 people in my class, but just 4 girls in my school, in my class.
And that's studying. But what about jobs? Is it the same? That there are less women in scientific jobs?
I think many women want to study arts, for example, law or some the other things.
In the future, what sort of jobs do you think will become more popular?
Maybe engineering.
Why do you think that?
I think in the future, the building is very important because we will buy a house or flat to live. So maybe architecture is necessary, and some manager of bank, it's a job for money. I think it's important.
Let's think now about education and work. Do you think that schools today prepare students well for work or not?
Yeah, I think so, because in my university, when we was in summer holiday or winter holiday, I will do, in that time I done some part-time job, to prepare the future work.
And is that common? Do you think most schools are effectively preparing people for work?
I think this situation is popular in my country. Yeah.
And what about the level of people's qualifications? What are job opportunities like for people who don't have a degree?
I think most of people is a graduate from a university. I think this degree is enough. But some professional job is need a high education for.
But what about people who don't have a university degree? What are there jobs that they can do?
Maybe nursing. Actually, in my country, we have some evening course for some students didn't go a university, and they found some skills for maybe repair machine or repair car, this kind of job.
But it's more difficult to find work, is it?
I think no, because if you were a student in university and you want to a high salary, but these people, they didn't go to university, but they have a skill to repair machine. I think it's maybe they didn't know high salary, just enough.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.